Midterms 2018.
Did anybody else need another slice?
Yep, it's still in mine. Yep, ain't going nowhere. Right? He heard everything. First time vote. We got a first time vote. Why?
3 machines.
And how many people?
More people than when Barack Obama ran for president.
So I called Rev. I said, Rev, we need you over here at Pittman Park. Rev came, and then what happened?
Everything started moving because people believe in Jesse Jackson.
Reverend Jackson and Rainbow Push staff had been in Atlanta, Georgia to encourage voters to go to the polls and take souls to the polls in the state of Georgia, where, under Secretary of State and gubernatorial candidate Brian Kemp, at least 1.5 million voters were purged, and Stacey Abrams was slated to make history as the first African-American woman governor of Georgia.
If Mandela can stand in line 27 years, they can wait 4 hours.
Exactly.
The challenge that she's facing is she's running against the referee, the umpire, and the scorekeeper. She's beating all of them. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Reverend Jackson was notified of a blatant act of voter suppression
at the Pittman Park Rec Center, and the voting machines that were here this morning were just 3. There should have been 8. But there's 2 locations that were condensed into 1, and those machines never were assigned to this location. People were waiting 2 and 3 hours. Lots of people left without voting.
Those 3 machines all morning. The 5 machines they just brought here 10 minutes ago, 5 new machines. So they already had the machines, they just held them back. And that was a protest. These are 5 new machines they brought 10 minutes ago.
Reverend Jackson called officials immediately, and 5 additional machines were delivered. As the machines were installed, people began to chant.
I mean, we're in a majority black district. Like, there's 2,000 voters here, potentially, and we could have lost hundreds of votes.
This line included a 73-year-old citizen with a walker who Reverend Jackson proudly escorted to the front of the voting line. Reverend Jackson urged everyone to stand in line and let nothing stand in the way of their not casting their ballots.
We're going to have some roundtable discussions. We want you to keep eating, keep having a great time. Come on, put your hands together for the election night party. Hey!
Watch Night Party. The Rainbow Push Coalition hosted a party to watch results, hosted by Keep Hope Alive producer Santita Jackson.
That's what they see. We're going to tell them what we see.
Mrs. Jackson announced that Florida restored voting rights to more than 1 million felons. The crowd went crazy. A record number of women won races across the country. And do not forget the history makers: Lauren Underwood, Melody Stewart, Sharice Davids, Lou Leon Guerrero, Jared Polis, Marsha Blackburn, Rashida Tlaib, Ilan Omar, Deborah Holland, Veronica Escobar, Sylvia Garcia, Abby Finkenauer, Young Kim, Mandela Barnes, Garland Gilchrist, Ayanna Presley, Letitia James, Johanna Hayes, Zach Walls, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Single one of us, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, from the biggest of cities, the smallest of towns, the people of Texas want to do and will do the great work of this country.
We did not see it coming.
Voters in Mississippi will head back to the polls November 27th for a runoff between the top 2 candidates in that state's U.S. Senate special election.
Hey everybody, it's Andrew Gillum here. As you know, we went out all across this state. We worked hard for every single vote that we received. Whether it's an absentee vote, whether you voted on election day, whether it is a provisional ballot, we want every vote counted. We didn't go across this state talking to folks in red county and blue counties and purple counties, not to have them have their say. We're hopeful that every single vote will be counted in this race, and that way that all of us can walk away feeling extremely confident about what each and every one of us did.
To all of Georgia's voters, including the 1.2 million who haven't shown up before, welcome aboard. But I want to say this: if I wasn't your first choice, or or if you made no choice at all, you're going to have a chance to do a do-over. And I need you to know that it is my mission to serve you, to serve Georgia, to make you proud. And for those who didn't pick me the first time, to change your mind about me and what we can accomplish together. To everyone who has already poured your precious time and energy and hard-earned dollars and your love into this campaign, I say thank you. And I urge you to stay with us. Because Georgia, friends, we are still on the verge of history. And the best is yet to come.
Voting matters.